my dick went inside your dick.
Shut the heck. No.
I think we got a couple.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
We'll start with the first one. Try and answer this one. We'll go down the list, okay?
Right.
What do we do now that will be looked at as primitive and backwards in 100 years?
Oh, man.
I think masturbating. Like with our hands.
What do you think primitive masturbation is?
With your hands.
Like,
jerking it.
well, like, what is primitive?
With using your hands.
Well,
just your hands.
But, like, our modern day jacking off, like, what would we consider primitive to that?
What we consider primitive to modern day jacking off?
Yeah.
Hitting a rock against your dick.
They had really hard dicks back then.
They had pretty hard wieners.
That's where the term rock hard wiener comes in.
Rock hard wiener. Oh man. But what I mean is, robots do everything. So in the future, they're going to masturbate for us. Some of them already do, but it's going to be in every house.
Yeah, women also do it too.
They do.
They masturbate for you.
Oh wow. They masturbate for you.
It's not sex.
Man.
What's the
next one?
Yeah.
What event would you rather die than live through?
The Holocaust.
Dumbass. You die in the Holocaust, bro.
Oh, what event would I want to live through? Was it die?
Rather than live through, yeah.
Oh, man.
Probably the talk. It was really awkward.
How do you think you would die in that situation?
I'd kill myself. Just do it, bro.
Hey, we're gonna have.
I ain't scared.
We're gonna have the talk. Okay, Mom.
Okay.
Gunshot in the next room over.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Oh what?
Next one, bro. Who single-handedly changed the course of the entire human race?
Oh.
Elon Musk.
I don't think so.
Yeah. When he made another space company.
Does he have two?
Nah, it's NASA was just the only one, and then he's like, SpaceX.
Oh, yeah. But he hasn't done anything with it. He launched a car into space, but...
That's pretty revolutionary.
There had to be some,
Like their hands?
Yeah, they's hands.
They's hands. God, you're so stupid.
There had to be.
What?
Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, why do some people stay in relationships they know are... Redacted.
Man, we'll have to
Bro, I know me and you both thought of the same thing.
That's a bit of irrelevant information for the viewers. I was thinking, they won't even know what that's about.
Don't worry, guys. It's an inside thing.
Yeah.
Probably. Welcome to the podcast, by the way.
Yeah, I said let's do the intro. The intro is...
This is the Midnight Podcast. It's midnight now. It's about 5 minutes maybe into this.
It's midnight right now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, welcome to the Midnight Podcast. We're about 3 questions in.
Oh, man. We got to spend more time on these questions or we're going to burn through them all.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Oh my God, there's something about an income gap. Jesus.
No, it's about to get political.
What human trait is useful now but would have been disadvantageous in the past? Probably the skill of math.
Probably, actually, yeah.
Ain't no one gonna be calculating quadratic equations on the battlefield.
Well, that depends on how far back you go, because math.
Well, maybe
math is pretty useful. I mean,
parabolas with catapults, probably.
Yeah, no. In fact, we probably
no.
Well.
What a phrase.
We probably would. I think math is pretty important. If we're talking like BC. Like millions BC.
Yeah, no, caveman will be calculating
how
far to throw their rocks.
Yeah, they just throw them.
They just throw them.
Humans are the only ones who can, throw rocks with the speed and accuracy that we do.
Depth perception is a great one that we used all the time. So I don't know why
That's not the question.
Oh, man, I gotta scratch my eyeball.
Go ahead, man. Take your time.
Yeah, no, it's good. About 2 minutes past midnight now.
Right.
Do you think humans will survive long enough to evolve into something different? Or will we make ourselves extinct before we have the chance to?
That all depends on the way you look at it.
What does that even mean? Like, when you say that, what are you trying to bring up there? What are you trying to make me say?
I mean, we could die tomorrow, all of us. We could just.
Very unlikely.
I mean, we could.
We could.
We could get sucked up into a black hole. Like, and it'd be like that. You wouldn't even know you were gone.
Good snap.
Thank you,
Snap,
I've been working on it.
Been working on my snap game. So, hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the ASMR segment.
It's an ASMR. Ooh.
I got some chips here.
I would like to point out that you are apparently a lot quieter than I am. How far are we into this? Oh, we're 7 minutes in and we're already off fucking topic.
Okay, so, alright, next question.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right, so, who should be responsible for taking care of the elderly? The government, their families, or the elderly themselves? The government. I want to take care of my grandpa when he's like 80 and can't change his own diaper.
Well, if we're being completely honest here, I think it's like survival of the fittest. If the elderly can't take care of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, dude. Natural selection.
Darwinism has to take place sometime.
Yeah, no, just let grandpa sit in his own feces.
Yeah, if grandma's like 90 and she's like shitting herself,
I don't know what.
She's like shitting herself in her own chair, it's probably time for her to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the people who work at elderly homes, how much do you think they get paid?
Minimum wage.
They get paid minimum wage to clean up.
No, I mean probably more.
They get paid minimum wage to clean up shit every day. I wouldn't want to do that. It'd probably be like the last job I'd do.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
It's like, they'd have to have shifts as well. There'd have to be someone taking care of those elderly people at night.
That's true.
I know. This is a 24-hour thing going on.
Great Grandpa Bernie, war veteran.
Yeah.
Can't wipe his ass. He's an amputee.
It's weird how humans like peak at like 20, their early 20s, late 20s, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a downhill slope until you like go back to like child form, like where you can't wipe your own ass anymore.
I can understand wiping like a baby's diaper, right? But like a grown ass man shit in his pants, yeah.
At least you can blame a baby for being ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't you wipe your own ass? Oh no, because with the elderly, it's like.
I mean, we don't have arms.
Well, no, they old people are literally children. They're literally children who are about to die.
Uh-huh. Just process what you just said.
They got dementia and shit. They don't remember anything. What's the next question, huh?
Is human consciousness just electrons flowing through neutrons, or is it something beyond the physical? I've thought about this one a lot.
What?
Like, when I'm taking a shit, like a really long shit.
Right.
What if my brain was actually in someone else's brain? Why did my soul choose to sit in this body?
I think human brains are so complex, they start to question their own existence, and that's kind of a problem.
It's the deepest shit I've ever heard you say. Beyond, like, what's the point of gutters, but...
Yeah, because that's very, very wise. Literally, humans have evolved so much that they question their own existence. Mm-hmm. Which isn't something no other animal will ever do. Now, at what point... Wasn't there a thing called the Enlightenment Age?
Yeah, it was when they brought religion back, and it was a cool thing now.
And then they started questioning shit.
Uh-huh.
They were like, why does the government own me?
Oh, no, that was, what's that, the Enlightenment?
The Enlightenment Age is where people started, like, realizing more stuff. They started questioning. It's like the Renaissance, but it's completely based around. It's not like a revival. People just started questioning more.
Wasn't that in Greece, then?
I think it was. The Greeks were always good thinkers.
Damn thinkers. Alright.
I popped my neck. It hurt.
Next question.
Right.
If we could screen babies for psychopathic or sociopathic tendencies, should we? And what should we do with the babies that are likely to become psychopaths? Kill them.
Should we? Is the question, should we? Or
Should we, and what should we do if they are psychopaths?
I think if we had the ability, we should do it.
Mm-hmm.
At
However,
least.
my mom brought up an interesting topic.
Right.
Apparently, I had psychopathic tendencies, but good parenting saved me from being a maniac.
Man, that explains so much.
Does it?
Yeah. Also, you're really quiet, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not.
You are. You're waiting for that. Okay, that's better.
That's me yelling, bro.
Oh my, now you're fucking off the charts. Okay. Yeah, no. At least screen them.
Well, yeah, if you know, then you know if you need to work extra hard.
Yeah. And maybe you don't have to kill them or anything. Maybe inform the parents that your child has psychopathic tendencies. And you probably should.
Yeah.
Don't let it get out of hand.
Yeah, just let them know. Like, your kid might be Ted Bundy, the next coming.
Oh man, Ted Bundy's such a hot hunk.
Ted Bundy's apparently handsome and charming, but he's kind of a weirdo.
I looked up a picture of Ted Bundy. If what I was looking at was correct, he's like 40 years old and he doesn't look handsome.
Yeah.
It's odd. OMG, Ted Bundy. He's such a cutie. he's just a killer, you know?
Oh my god, you're such a cutie, Ted Bundy.
Well, I know what I need to do whenever I need to get the ladies and commit homicide.
Oh my god, alright.
He cleaning these chips, bro. We've already been over this like 3 times.
No, I just cleaned them. They're gone, bro.
Clean what? Your chips?
Yeah.
How do you... Okay, next question.
What do you consider a wasted life?
A waste of life?
A wasted life.
Oh, a wasted life?
My dad's.
Probably a life where you...
Yeah, baby.
Where you don't do anything in fear of regretting doing it.
That's terrible. You ever done that?
What? Not done something in fear of regretting it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the reason I'm single.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the reason I don't have a G-friend. G-friend.
G-friend.
E-girl. It's like several times when I said, yeah, I don't want to go to that social outing because I might not like it. And it's like, well, now I don't like it. Now I don't like it. Wait.
Hey,
I'm
bro.
trying to think.
Hey,
Bro.
come on, bro. It's only like...
No, I got it.
We only 13 minutes in.
Okay. Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Them boys is hot.
Yeah, those chips are hot.
I feel like, playing it cool is probably the lamest way to live. But I don't know if it'd be wasted. Like, if you were successful.
Yeah, being cool is like... I think it's kind of people's way of coping with anxiety.
That's not the kind of cool I was talking about.
Well, no, like acting cool, where you're like, yeah, I'm too cool for that. Or like being cool in general sounds like a coping mechanism.
It is. It's being cool is a mask to hide behind your insecurities.
Yeah, you say you're too cool to do something, or if you like drugs, for example. If drugs are cool, like fear of being rejected by your friends. So, because you don't do drugs or whatever, just because it's cool. So
I'd try them once, and then it'd be like, well, that was an interesting experience.
I hit a vape on Thursday, and I burned the back of my throat.
I hit a vape on Thursday.
I was going to tell you that.
I took one smoke of a cigarette, and my teeth were jingling, bro.
Playing Jingle Bells.
They were going... You know what I'm saying? They were jingling around in there.
But like I took it, right? I was like, he's like, here, you should try it. And I was like, okay. It wasn't peer pressure or anything. I was just curious. So I took it, and it was like fruit. And I was expecting fruit because from what I hear, you know, it's like vapes are pretty tasty.
Vapes got flavors.
I barely tasted the fruit, right? It's barely in there. It's like and like cough up the vapor. And like, I will never do that again.
Yeah, no.
Vaping's gay. Don't.
No.
We don't condone vaping here. Mainly because
Vaping makes you stupid. That's why I'm not gonna do it.
What, nicotine?
What?
What'd you say?
Just vaping is dumb.
Oh yeah, no. Fucking Juuls, man. Have you heard? They're full of fucking nicotine.
Yeah, it's because
they're packed.
It's anti-secondhand smoke, but it still kills you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it gets you addicted.
Yeah.
I don't know how dangerous nicotine is, but it might be the smoke that's just the killer.
No, nicotine's very bad for you.
Is it
Nicotine-
corrosive?
No, well, nicotine. I don't know if nicotine is inherently bad. I know what you're saying. Like, in cigarettes,
Yeah,
it's the
it's
smoke
the smoke
that kills
that mainly it's like gives you lung cancer.
you.
And
Yeah,
everyone
but
around
like
you.
but like vapes will give you like popcorn lung and shit.
Is that like when you got holes in your lung?
I don't.
What is popcorn lung?
It's like you grow like air sacs in your lungs.
God, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, no, they called it that because like in the early 1900s, they worked in popcorn factories, and the chemicals they were breathing in gave them like those air sacs. So they called it popcorn lung.
Jeez,
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
that's messed up.
Yeah,
What would the perfect you be like?
perfect me.
Oh yeah.
That's fit. The perfect me.
Mm-hmm.
This is going against everything. Like, be yourself.
I know what the perfect me would be like. I'd
Right.
be about 100 pounds lighter. I wouldn't be weak. I'd be very confident in my life.
Yeah,
And probably be less lazy.
yeah.
And that's the perfect me.
Yeah, but then you got to think like, would you even still be you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd still be me.
Well, because everything.
I mean, I can still obtain that form. I just gotta exercise.
Well, yeah, no. Physically, things are not impossible, but mentally, like if you want to be more confident, usually confidence is probably what makes your personality.
Confidence is mainly my insecurities, wherein my physical stature
Yeah, no.
end of that.
Hey, don't worry. Everyone likes a big boy.
Everyone likes a
You
big
could be
boy.
like me, where you can see my fucking wrist bones.
That's so cool, bro. I love seeing wrist bones. It
I
really
don't.
gets my rocks off.
You like hit people with it, bro. It's like a weapon.
So what's your perfect you?
Oh, perfect me. First off, I don't have bony fucking wrists. First off, let's
Little
start with that.
Have a burger.
Man, I eat so much. My metabolism just keeps up with me. I don't like it, man. Honestly, like
Metabolism,
I'm
stop.
125, and I used to be like 100, so I'm definitely gaining weight. But I don't. It's not very fast.
Yeah, nah.
And I'd probably
I gain
be
it too fast.
I'd probably be like more confident, honestly. That's probably the only thing about me.
Also, my wiener.
I want a bigger wiener.
If my wiener was bigger, I'd be more happy.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly the fat all around my wiener area.
Right.
It's
Okay.
keeping it from being larger.
This-
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Is poverty an inevitable byproduct? Oh my God! Is poverty an inevitable byproduct of human society?
God, yes.
Depends on the governmenting system.
Well, no, listen. It's kind of like a coexisting thing, right? If there's going to be wealthy people in the world, there has to be poor people.
Like Africa.
Yeah, no, what?
Wait, that's not society.
Like,
that's tribalism.
well,
mainly.
communism is like where everybody's equal.
I just offended everyone in Africa.
Good job. God, you're such a leader, bro.
Yeah, everyone everyone in the Soviet Union was still poor.
But everybody was equal.
Yeah, but everyone was equal, so.
Well,
Would that really be poor? Oh no. We've gone too deep.
oh,
If everyone was equally poor, would that still be poor?
Well, I
Would
mean,
that be
poor-
medium class?
I think you could say it'd probably be poor, where you can barely afford food.
Yeah.
That's poor. If you could afford all the necessities of life and still have some left over, that'd probably be where everyone was actually on a level playing field.
Right.
So yeah, poor's probably
Yeah.
it's probably inevitable.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. What? Okay.
For a moment.
Do you think mortality exists in nature, or is it a human construct?
What is mortality? Isn't that like death?
Maybe.
Skip it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
okay.
past midnight. I ain't got the energy to be figuring out what mortality
Does
is.
income inequality need to be fixed? Here it
No.
is. If not, why? If so, what effective and practical methods can be used to fix the income gap? Income inequality, women can stop complaining. Bro, I didn't mean that. Please don't hurt me.
Yeah. Okay. First, like the three viewers that tune in. 2 of them are our friends, and that one guy who's gonna get pissed and find you. He's gonna find you and shoot you.
Oh, God. Please don't hit me. Redacted.
No, but like, I don't know. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard it's unfair.
Mainly what I've heard is that the income inequality is between males and females,
Right.
and it's because the females don't get offered higher paying jobs or something. That, or it's because there's an actual pay difference between the people who are having the same job.
Like,
and if that's so, then that's just corrupt.
Saying there's a gap in the income is pretty broad. Like, what is there a gap? Is there an actual gap in the amount of money each person gets paid? Like, do they actually give $1 to men and then give like 65 cents to women or whatever the fuck it is? Because it's constantly changing.
I don't remember.
Or is it like
I don't even know.
like over a period of time where the statistics show?
It might be
where it's like women get paid like over the year.
You know, manual labor jobs, right, for the government.
Yeah.
Most that's men employment, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that pays higher than minimum wage. Or
like STEM?
What?
No, not STEM. What am I talking
Manual labor. Like
Manual
building
labor.
the roads and construction of government buildings and
It
stuff.
might be.
I know it's government pay, but I think it pays higher than like maybe $10 an hour. And it might be because mostly men do that. I don't know.
There's a lot of men in STEM fields
pretty
as well.
young.
Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Oh, yeah. I was a part of that.
Based on what I know. I don't know. Is you okay over there?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, don't go dying on me.
Lung cancer. Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. I'd have to see it. I have to know what wage gap.
The methods that can be used to fix it would probably be if we stopped being so sexist.
Well, first you got to identify what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know. So.
Is this a statistic over like a year or 10 years, or is this literally what people are getting handed out?
It has to do with salary or hourly pay.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Let's just not touch it, bro. I think we should just not touch it.
What is the most worthwhile goal a person can dedicate their life to?
Dying for their country.
Very patriotic answer.
God bless America.
Dedicate their life to? Making so much money that you don't need to worry about wiping.
Like, what is the wiping? What?
I don't know.
What about, like, giving back to people?
Gross.
Well, yeah. Hey, I couldn't do that. It's just because I don't even know how. What can you do? Well, actually, doing like volunteer work is giving back to your community.
Yeah.
But
I don't like volunteer work. That's why I don't do Key Club stuff all the time.
Key Club can suck my wiener.
Honestly, I'm in it for the video making, which we did once, you know.
Never again.
And I mean, we messed up on the video because we put the date of Veterans Day that was broadcast to all the veterans and the entire school one day off. It was awesome.
Did you really?
Yeah, we said November 6th, Veterans Day.
And it's the 7th?
It's the 7th.
Oh my god.
Man, that's messed up.
Yeah, all these veterans like.
What
right.
the hell?
Isn't November 7th Armistice Day?
What is it?
No, wait. What is Armistice Day? Isn't that like the 11th month?
I have no idea.
They changed it to Veterans Day or something like that.
When is Veterans Day? I think I might have it wrong again. Hey Siri. When is Veterans Day?
Veterans Day is on Monday, November 11th, 2019.
Yeah.
11th.
It was the 11th. That was used to be called Armistice Day. It was the 11th month of the 11th, or the 11th day of the 11th month of the 11th hour that the Germans surrendered in World War I.
Really?
Yeah. That's it. It's called. It was an armistice.
Interesting.
Yeah. I bet they changed the facts a bit. I doubt they surrendered on the 11th hour.
We went from dedicating your life to your country to making a video for Key Club, back to dedicating your life for your country.
They kind of intertwined.
Oh, yeah, baby. What has the biggest impact on your political beliefs? Probably my
Your
school
parents.
teacher.
Yeah,
Redacted. Coach Redacted. Probably the biggest conservative I know in my entire life. Was all pro-Trump. The FBI is making conspiracies against Donald Trump.
And you know what? I believed him like
I
a
believed
fool.
him for like 2 months. I was like, man, this sounds interesting.
Well, when
And
you
it
go
probably
into his
sounds
class
cool.
every day, it's really hard to avoid
And
it.
yeah, the rest would be probably my dad, because he's the only other person that voices his political beliefs in my life.
Yeah, I think
And then I started kind of developing my own idea. But that was based on other people's ideas. So, yeah.
politics is a little dumb sometimes, you know?
Yeah, what is deeply unsettling?
Oh man, we should stay on this one for a
Dying
while.
alone.
Honestly?
Deeply unsettling is when I'm sitting in my room at night, and then you have this weird, vast sense of empty loneliness, and then there's like something else is there, and it's like, okay, yeah, no.
That's like tapping into like my actual fucking fears right now. I hate stuff like that where your mind gets the best. You know what? One time I was watching these videos on skinwalkers, right? You know what those
Skinwalkers
are?
are weird, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I was sitting in my bed. I was watching it, and I was kind of freaked out. My brain was like he was on the topic of like skinwalkers, and I heard a noise out in the kitchen, and I'm pretty sure it was just the ice machine. But like I was like terrified. I thought I was
Yeah,
going to
no.
actually die.
That's like, what is the difference between like scared, horrified, and terrified?
There actually is well,
I feel like terrified is like such an intense fear of something that your body cannot move.
yeah.
And I feel like horrified is just, you're kind of like shocked for a second.
Scared isn't used like
Scared is just like,
scared is used very lightly in the English language.
it's when you're like, it's when your adrenaline and anxiety is at like a peak, but you can still move around, I think, is what scared would
Like
be.
when people scare you, it's not like
Yeah,
anything
it's like
big.
whenever, it's that rush you get right after
You're
you
not
get
horrified.
bit of a
You're
jump.
just scared.
Or maybe horrified is when you see something like, when you see something that's messed up, and terrified is when your mind gets the better of you.
Like when all your senses are activating.
Yeah, bro, sleep paralysis demon. out, out here playing touch me, and then just touch me.
Just playing satisfaction. Fear's an interesting thing, though.
Yeah. When I was like 7, we had this big house in Redacted, and there was this room. It was this big like room that we turned into a playroom,
Right.
and it had like windows, big old windows, and they were usually covered with big old like curtains from the inside. And we'd go down there to play, and then like I remember it was a weekend, and it was really late. It was late as it was like 11, but everyone was asleep. And I went down there, and it was dark in the rest of the house, and there's a single light on at the in the ceiling, and I'm sitting in the middle of the room, and it's just this intense feeling of anxiety and fear just as I'm sitting there, and I can't move, and I didn't like it at all. So I went in my parents' room and went to the bed.
Right. Yeah.
When you were little, did you ever have dreams that were so realistic it just kind of melded into your mind that way?
No. What do you mean realistic?
Well, okay, so I had this dream once that it was literally like photorealistic. The room that I was sleeping in, that I fell asleep in, I was in the exact same position on the bed, and then this toy jumped in.
Oh no.
A toy, okay. Have you ever seen Flushed Away
Oh god, yeah.
with the frog guy?
Is that what it was?
Have you ever seen the McDonald's toy where you click on him and his
You
mouth
got scared of a
opens?
McDonald's toy?
Yeah, you push on his feet and his mouth opens.
Oh,
He
God.
hopped into the room and he stared at me and he went, and he just stared at me
Oh
like
my
that
God,
for
dude.
like a long time. It was, man, that was scary.
No, I've
God, I'm getting chills thinking about
I've
it.
never had a photorealistic dream.
Yeah,
But
no, they're freaky, bro.
a lot of the dreams I have, my brain actually tricks me into thinking like this is happening right now. I had one dream where I was in a desert, right? And my mom was there. And when I was little, I had an extreme fear of snakes. I really hated snakes because every day I'd think, well, every night it was just common for me to like think like a snake could get up here and eat me.
Boa constrictor.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like I was in the desert and I was like piggybacking on my mom, and there was a snake.
Uh-oh.
But it was weird because this snake was like it spit cactuses, like small balls of cactus. No, listen, it gets weirder, right? And he was like spitting them at me.
It's the final boss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Donkey Kong Country Roads. No, and if the spikes got on me, I couldn't breathe.
Uh-oh.
I think
The spikes got on me. I couldn't breathe.
Right, and my mom was like, she had her hand behind her back on, like, she was wiping them off. And she was doing fine, and then she couldn't get one off. And, like, in my mind, I was like, oh, God, I'm gonna, like, suffocate and die. And, like, my brain thought that was so real.
Jesus.
I woke up.
I can imagine, dude.
Yeah, no, I thought I was actually dying.
Yeah, no, I thought I was actually dying,
my brain couldn't distinguish reality from what was actually happening. So I woke up, and I was, like, in a cold sweat. And, you know, like, you ever have those dreams where you're almost asleep, but you have a dream where you're falling, and then you hit your bed?
I have a lot of those.
Yeah, no, I had one of those.
I had a lot of those. I stopped.
I hit the bed out of breath, and I was in a cold sweat.
Jeez. I turned one of those dreams where you're falling into a really fun dream once.
Right.
But I also want to tell this other story. Hold on. So, okay. I told you about the story where I went outside and I dug a hole and I used to sit in that hole, and once I fell asleep in it.
Oh, God.
Did I tell you about it?
No, you haven't.
Okay. I shit you not. This sounds like a story you go home, like, you go to school in, like, 3rd grade and you tell your friends, like, man, be freaked out by that, but I swear to God this happened. At my house, redacted. There was this shed that was this tool shed, and I dug a little hole behind it, and I used to sit in it and just, like, play my DS in the hole in the shade. It was pretty cool in the summer. And once I fell asleep in the hole, and it was another photorealistic dream. Hold on. It was another photorealistic dream. And it was like some kind of monster, like a real shadowy kind of monster with like really long ass limbs, kind of like a skinwalker but black.
Right.
It was like it like lurked over me, and it had these long ass claws, and it scratched me on the face, and I woke up, and I went inside, and my dad asked me what happened, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Well, you're fucking bleeding. There's a big scratch on your head." And I was like,
"Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ!" And it scared the shit out of me.
What happened?
I don't fucking know.
You had like
I had a dream a big old monster scratched me, bro.
Was it like claw marks, or was it just
it was one scratch, but I thought it was 3 in the dream, but it was like 1 across my face.
Oh man, dang.
Yeah, no,
Whoa.
It sounds like a fake thing you'd make up.
No,
but I swear that happened.
That's crazy, actually. Well,
it's like when you dream of what happens the next day, kind of. Yeah, it happened right then.
No, but dreams do that. Isn't it weird though?
Yeah, you like dream of peeing and you piss yourself.
I had a dream like that. I had a dream where I was sitting in bed, or I got up and went to the toilet. And I was dreaming I was at the toilet, so I started peeing in the toilet because I had to go pee. And I woke up and I had pissed myself.
Beautiful.
But, like, it's weird how, like, I think, I understand what you're saying. It sounds crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't, because dreams are weird like that.
Yeah, no.
Like, what's happening in real life, your mind comes up with, like reasons. Like, maybe you, like scraped your head on, like, a nail on the side of the shed or something, but your brain perceived it as you getting scratched. And I thought it was always weird how your brain could perceive stuff in the real world and, like, in real time, make you dream about something that was happening in the real world. Like, the TV was on, and you heard the voices from the TV.
Right! I used to do that in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, Disney Channel, and I dream about, like, Mickey Mouse giving me a workout routine.
Yeah, and it's weird because your brain, and it's so real because you're actually hearing the TV and your brain's just taking in that information and using it.
That is funky. I wonder what came up and scratched my ass.
Man, I don't know. It's weird though. Your brain comes up with reasons for stuff.
Goodness, that's freaky.
Yeah, no, I've had some real bad nightmares. I just can't remember any right now, man. If I remember any, I'll interrupt the podcast. I don't care what the fuck we're doing.
Okay, next question, or you got any more?
No,
Can we even move on to this next question? Welcome to the Fear Podcast.
God, no.
Let us erupt your most deeply terrifying
fear,
nightmares.
I was saying earlier, fear is such a weird thing, though.
Yeah, man.
It's so weird how, and the want for fear as well. That's even weirder.
Yeah, it's like you want a good scare every now and then.
It's the adrenaline.
Yeah, it's the
adrenaline. It's like when I was suggesting that idea, like we were doing, like do trench warfare with airsoft, and you were like, that sounds so scary, and I was like, I know.
I know, bro.
It would be fun though. It's like
the first time I played Battlefield. It was on a computer screen, but I was so scared.
I have this one. This was like I was a kid, so it might have been altered in my mind, but I was like, So there's this show called not Little Einstein, it's called Baby Einstein, and it was with puppets.
Ooh, puppets are weird.
I'm not mortified of puppets, but if puppets are doing weird things, it's kind of like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like the mannequin thing, but it's moving mannequins.
Yeah, mannequins don't scare me, but mannequins not be.
My brother had a fear of puppets for a while.
I still don't like
It,
puppets.
it was Chucky that did it to him, and then he rewatched it like post 2017, and he was like, "This is funny. This movie's hilarious." Because it's like the Chucky doll, and he gets hit by a bunch of stuff, and he starts going, "Wow, shit!" It's like, okay, return.
But I was in this. It was whenever I lived in the city,
Right.
and my mom was working in the backyard. She was like gardening, and she would always keep the door locked because there was a snake problem in the neighborhood.
Oh, snakes.
Yeah, that's probably where I got my fear of snakes.
Carson's fear of snakes. Right here, boys. We figured it out.
So there was this one puppet in particular. It was like a purple kangaroo or something. And this is creepy, right? It was trying to appeal
puppets
to
are
like,
just creepy.
yeah, no, it was trying to appeal to kids. So it would do such odd things, like it would jump around with some really weird music. And that purple kangaroo scared the absolute shit out of me.
I've had really irrational fears. Yeah, of like the color green.
I ran to the back door because I knew my mom was out there, and I couldn't unlock it because I didn't understand why the door wouldn't open.
Oh my god!
And I was banging on the door, and I was crying so hard because I was so scared of this purple kangaroo. It was so, it was mortifying. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I think I got all the stories out now. We can move on.
Okay. Next question, bro.
Right.
Why is depression so stigmatized in society?
What is stigma?
I don't know.
You know, God, it's too late.
Move on with that one.
Here, look up stigmatized because this question kind of interests
Hey
me.
Siri. What does stigmatized mean?
Describe or regard as worthy of disgrace or great disapproval. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
That's right. I've heard stigma used before.
Shut up. Siri, shut up. No one's asking you. Okay.
Stigma is like when there's a stigma around something. It's usually something odd, like everyone disapproves of it, but there's really no reason for that.
So why is depression so stigmatized in society?
I wonder if it just has something to do with the times, maybe. No, usually showing a sign of weakness was just you didn't do that, like in the 1900s. Or
Yeah.
So now when people say they're
Definitely
depressed,
in Bushido, Japan.
yeah, kill yourself before you get depressed.
Die if you're depressed.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
But it's like maybe nobody. It's just a new thing with all these people coming out with depression, so nobody's used to it. So everyone just kind of disapproves of it. Maybe.
It's hard. It's weird with me on the subject of depression because I think there's sometimes that I think depression isn't real, and there's sometimes that I think it's like, wow, you're depressed. Maybe you should lighten up.
Yeah. There's some people, man, who are just. It's so hard to watch them. It's like, it's people who don't think depression's a real thing. They say, "Oh, what?" Because they don't know, they don't understand. They can't. It's not their fault necessarily. They just can't.
I don't think I really even understand. I mean, there's been days that I'm pretty upset about something, but I'm not like, depressed about it.
I don't know. I think I've gone through a depressive episode maybe where I've just been sad. It's
Yeah, I think I've been through one, and it was whenever I was trying to deal with my dad being such an alcoholic.
Yeah, it's so hard to understand that this person is just sad, and it's by no fault of their own. It's like depression isn't if you're
That's a whole new way of looking at it.
If you're sad, if you're sad, you're not depressed. Your sadness can usually be overcome, or you can think like, well, this is fine. There's something like if you break a toy, it's like whatever, it's a toy. Don't get too upset about it. Or if you break up with a girl, it's like whatever. Maybe we were meant to be. Depression is like that, where you think like, I can't, like, I'm sad about this, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. And I've heard one time that when people kill themselves, it's not because they want to die. It's because that's literally the only way they see that they can end their suffering, because they are suffering. They can't think of any other way to do it. Some people don't want to seek help, like therapy, so they end their lives because they see that's just the only way they can do it.
You got me all upset. You got me all feeling, damn.
Depression's real, man.
I feel like it's exploited though. Like a lot of people say they're depressed.
Oh
just
God,
because.
yeah, no. People who Usually the people...
My cousin's a real drama queen, but I think she's been through depression a few times.
Depression is easy to find.
She went to a mental asylum for like a few weeks.
Well, that's probably something.
Yeah, she tried to kill herself.
Yeah, that's...
With like by slitting her wrists.
Oh, yeah.
And she did that a lot. I don't know if she still does, but she did that a lot. Like, there were scars all down her arm. It was wacky. I wrote a poem. It was really gay.
Okay.
I don't have it.
But, like, well, usually people who exploit depression are easy to find because they're the people you know.
Yeah.
If you know somebody has depression because they told you or something...
I feel like I'm a person that can't really get depression. I feel like I'm such an optimist most of the time.
Well, depression... The people who are depressed, they seem so optimistic.
Comedians.
Yeah, comedians are always depressed.
Yeah, man.
People who are depressed, like, they are the funniest people you'll ever meet, and they laugh at everything, and they love to be happy, but they're not really happy. They can't ever truly be happy.
They can't ever truly be happy.
Well, like, in a sense, if it's something like hormonal or something, it's really hard to...
Hormonal, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And I feel like with, puberty comes a bit of depression because of the hormonal.
Yeah, no, your hormones are all out of whack.
Yeah.
I think when you're a teen or when you're going through puberty, you're
you're
super aware of everything.
And I'm trying to figure out whenever the ending point. Are you going to notice when it starts stopping or starting?
I think at some point you just realize. Well, maybe you'll notice, maybe you won't.
My hormone imbalance has been getting erections all the time. I'm not depressed. I'm just really, really horny.
I'm either horny or depressed. There's no in between.
There's no in between.
But like, I don't think you'll know whenever it stops. But one day you'll just understand that. Oh, well, I'm not a teenager anymore. My hormones are fine now.
That'll be interesting.
That will be pretty interesting.
For me.
Why, you'll stop having anxiety?
Maybe. I don't even think I have that much anxiety. I think I have a bit.
A little bit of an off-topic question here. Do you ever sit in a position with your legs and your legs just start shaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I figure that's probably something wrong with my health, but it might be. It might not be. Maybe that's normal.
I don't know if it's like a weird position that your legs just can't handle. Like, because it's only if you're in that certain position, right?
Mm.
Yeah. And it's like, your legs stably cannot hold that. You're at a weird angle that your legs are like, I can't do this.
My legs have to be stronger. They can't hold me. That's why my calves are like monsters, bro. Most of this is muscle.
These are cows.
These are cows.
Dylan's never skipping leg day over here.
No. I'm always on leg day.
He's always on leg day.
I'm always on that leg day.
Man, we've been at this for like 43 minutes now.
Almost an hour.
Almost. I think we cut it at an hour, don't we?
Cut it? Sure. I mean, yeah.
I guess let's just keep going. We'll kind of wrap it up around an hour.
Why do people do things that they know hurts themselves and those around them?
Oh,
addiction.
Maybe.
That's one of the main driving factors. I know for a fact addiction is why. And that's your brain, bro.
The question is, why do people do stuff that they know will hurt themselves or others?
Yeah, around them.
Oh. Maybe payoff.
As in, like, future payoff?
Maybe like the pros are better than the cons in the situation.
Yeah.
Which would probably be
logical point of view.
Which would probably be like addiction. You hurt yourself, but in return you feed your addiction.
Uh-huh.
Which is pretty high stakes whenever you're
That's
addicted.
why the smoking thing.
What about the smoking thing?
Because, when you smoke near people, you hurt them and you.
Right. Yeah, no.
But it's because of your addiction, bro. Like, nicotine, nicotine withdrawal is like a really high hyper, I feel. Or I've been told.
Yeah, nicotine withdrawal.
It's like you start getting jittery and you start twitching.
Yeah, no, nicotine withdrawal is not something easy. It's not easy to get rid of.
Bro. So that's why you can't cut. It's why you can't cut cold turkey most of the time.
Yeah, no. It takes a very...
I get that way with food. if I don't get a certain thing I'm craving, start twitching.
Man, you ever like you're like laying in bed, right? And you're like, man, I could go for like some like burrito right now.
I could go for some burrito.
It's always something out of the blue. Like, I could go for a fucking pickle right now.
Like, I could go for some goddamn Golden Corral fried fish right about now. That tastes really good.
I could go for some fish sticks right now.
Some damn fish sticks and ketchup right about
You
now.
haven't had fish sticks in like 2 years. You barely remember what they taste like.
I could really go for some fish sticks. Oh, man.
What's the next question here? I don't think we're answering any of these. We're just beating around the bush and answering a question we make up.
What stops people from understanding themselves?
Fear of learning the truth.
I was still trying to process the question. Good job.
I don't know.
I'm already farther than you are gone into this endeavor. Wait, what'd you say? Fear of learning the truth. Okay.
Yeah, like when people they learn something about themselves that they'd rather it not be true, but they can't, and so they can't.
Like whenever you look up what your zodiac sign is, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, when you go by your zodiac sign. Sorry, I'm a Scorpio. I didn't mean to hit your child with my car. Can't help it.
Sorry, it's just in my nature.
Fuck astronomy, dude.
Fuck astronomy. Astronomy can go suck my ass.
If people go by their zodiac sign, they probably don't.
I don't. I think I'm a Gemini or a Cancer. Either one.
I think I'm like, what am I like? God, what am I?
When were you born?
I'm like
It was February.
Yeah, it's called It's not Capricorn.
Is it not Capricorn?
It's like the two squiggly lines.
Aquarius?
No, it's not Aquarius. I'm retarded.
Is it Aquarius?
It starts with C.
Cuck.
I'm a cuck.
I'm a cuck.
Maybe somebody in the comments can help us. Just kidding. Nobody's gonna fucking watch this.
Where are we uploading this?
Good question.
An hour's worth of audio. Are we cutting it down? I think we're cutting it down, right?
We gotta cut some parts out. Cause
yeah.
We use people's names.
Yeah, I know.
We can't just throw that out there. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch all this to figure out where we said it as well. There's absolutely no way we can tell otherwise.
Yeah, baby. Wait. What'd you say?
We gotta watch the whole. You gotta listen to the whole thing.
Figure what? Oh, to figure out where we cut it.
Yeah, cause.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. Next question.
Okay. If everyone's lives were judged as to whether they had made a net positive or a net negative impact on humanity, how would you be judged?
Holy fuck, dude! What are you asking me?
Okay, so if everyone was judged on whether they were good or bad to the world, how would you be judged? I'm pretty sure I'd be judged not bad.
I don't think I've done anything inherently bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've really done anything to change humanity in general at all. So,
maybe all I can say is I make people around me laugh. That's about it, though.
Yeah,
so,
I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, no,
I'd
yeah.
Some people tell me I brighten their days with my stupid little jokes.
Yeah. So. No, it's mainly
good. On my judgment day, God will say, "Yeah, you think you're a real comedian, huh? Just get on up there."
Get up there, champ. Go get yourself an ice cream.
Go get yourself an ice cream. Just kidding. You can have whatever you want. This is heaven.
This would be really cute. We should set this up better next time. This pillow I'm sitting on is slipping up from under my ass, dude.
Oh God.
What's the next question? You got any juicy questions you see in there?
Let me look. Here's one we've talked about before. Will technology be human salvation, downfall, or neither? And why?
I don't think it would be. Well,
what'd you answer, bro? What were you answering?
God, where am I? Will humans is the question essentially just will robots be the downfall of humanity?
Will they be our savior or downfall?
Robots depends on the robot, obviously. Because if it's Dave's hands, if it's the hands that work in factories.
No, they're coming up with the advanced AI robots.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. It's
those ones.
Those
I'm
are
guessing,
the ones.
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
It's not going to be all robots. It's going to be the ones with the power to think.
Yeah,
and solve.
Because the robots without the power to think are just the robots.
Yeah. So.
And how are you even going to add free will to robots? I don't know how you do that.
Robots
wouldn't do anything without coming up with their own commands, which is free will.
So wait. Well, there are robots that have like conversation. Like, have you heard of that?
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard. It's hard coded in. It's
Right.
not a robot writing its own code. It's
Well,
in
no.
there. They respond to certain questions based on what their mind has already been given.
Have you heard of that Alexa and that is like a
Where they had a
Google
secret
Dot?
conversation in their
Yeah,
own
they made up
language thing.
they made up their own language.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting right there.
That's a that's a bit weird.
That's pretty weird. Yeah,
I don't know.
that sounds pretty creepy.
Redacted.
I was talking about it.
Redacted.
Gotta cut that out, Dylan.
Senora Spanish teacher was talking
Yeah,
about
our Spanish teacher. It's just, I don't know. I don't think. Oh, there's also a case where like an Alexa and like a Google Dot got in a fight with each other or something. It was two different AIs, and like one of them ended up shutting the other one down or something.
Whoa.
So I think we failed to factor in that robots may be the downfall of robots. I don't know. It's a bit odd this whole world is, man.
Here's one.
I have a question for you.
What?
So you know how people seem to freak out whenever they learn that Google or Facebook or whatever is gathering information.
Right.
But how does that deathly concern you as much as
Me?
it concerns others?
No, I don't know if it's the fact that I want to keep my things private or if I've done anything that's less than respectable. I mean, I've done stuff less than respectable online. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I've played Gmod with you.
Oh yeah, no, I've played Gmod with you. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. As in like other people's reactions. I don't think that I'd be that freaked out unless it came to the point where they were like selling it to the police. Are they doing that? Are they selling info?
I know there's one company that hasn't signed anything with the United States, or they haven't signed anything with.
Is it still the government that controls the internet?
No, I think it's Apple. I think Apple hasn't signed anything with the United States government or FBI or whoever it is.
But everyone else has, I mean?
Yeah, they have, like, they signed something
Okay.
where they have to hand over information or something
Right.
like that. So
Okay.
Apple doesn't legally have to.
Right.
But it doesn't.
What information is it specifically as well? Because it's the specific information that I'm...
The information, I don't
Is
know.
it like sign-in info?
Well, no,
Because
they
I don't
can't.
care about any of that.
Well, no.
What's the government going to do with my Minecraft?
Exactly. No, it's more.
This kid
It's
was
more.
trading diamonds.
Well, you know how it works. They gather information on you, and they create this portfolio of you. And every time they get more information on you, your portfolio gets more accurate.
Right.
So, and what they do with that is, if you don't know it, they just give it to the advertisers. The advertiser is the only person. The advertisers want to know what you want.
That's an interesting thing that I was trying to figure out, is because apparently this like big conspiracy thing, apparently Google has your microphone activated all the time if you allow it access to.
Yeah, no.
It says. And if you talk about something and then you are like on a website that displays ads, Google like gives the info to the advertiser, then it actually displays a product of what you were talking about. I tested it a couple times. It worked like 3 out of like the 10 that I tried it, and even that was kind of shocking.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
well, that's what I'm talking about.
it blows my mind.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like people don't. I don't think people understand fully that. Well, of course they have your information, but they give it to the advertisers. That's what they want it for.
Yeah.
They want to know what you want to buy. They honestly couldn't care less about everything else that's happening in your life.
Would you like to buy this sex machine?
Oh man, I've been lonely lately.
Oh man, I've been really lonely lately.
Free hentai on this website.
Free hentai. What we at?
Oh, we're about at 55.
Oh, okay.
We got 5 more minutes to clown around.
Yeah, I guess, sucking and fucking.
Nah, I was thinking more of like a question.
One last bangaroo.
Yeah, pick a good one. Pick a good one.
Let me think on that. Mike's picking that up.
Yes, it is. In very short, long spikes.
Short, long retard. Okay.
That's what I am.
What? God. If you had $1 million,
Ooh, but this is a good one.
this will really.
I
get
live in a middle class house. Tell me about the best moment you've ever had. We'll end it on a good note. How about that?
Best moment in my entire life, as in like what?
Like, how about like the time, or like
Where I was having the most fun.
just where you felt the happiest in life.
Like the time period, or like a specific event.
Like what happened? It could be over a time period. What made you so happy? Like over a time period, or did something happen that made you so happy?
God, I'm trying to think. I went on a vacation to. It's hard to choose between the one that I recently went to
Redacted.
and the one that I went to in
Redacted.
which was where we watched NASCAR racing.
Right.
That was cool. I got to stand on top of a trailer and watch cars go. Oh my!
These moments made you the happiest.
The reason I was the happiest is I was surrounded by my family and my cousins at that, so they were like my age, and I was pretty young, so we could still have fun and have a great time. And it was
Redacted.
it was
Redacted.
crap. It wasn't there. We went to. Oh, that's what it was. There's actually a video from that. It was all my family. It was all my family. My distant cousins, my first cousins. We went to float the Illinois River, and we went there and we stayed in this cabin that we rented out for like a whole week, and it was just the best time I've ever had in my entire life. I brought my recording stuff. We recorded Randomness News 3. That's
Right.
a milestone. That was there. But I was just having so much fun. We partied all night long in the little room that they gave us, which was had 3 bunk beds in it. So it was 6 beds in total. All the kids stayed in there. We had a disco ball thing. We were just dancing to music. I don't really remember. But it was really fun. We slept literally under clothes as blankets because we partied until about 4 o'clock. And then we woke up and we floated the river and I felt like a pirate.
Dang.
And that was probably the happiest I've ever been.
Happiest? Yeah. I don't know if I could say that the happiest moment of my life was because of... I want to say that it's probably the happiest moment of my life where I felt happiest because of what was happening before that.
Mm-hmm.
This was over the course of a year. So, me and you, a couple, it was probably 2. Was it 2, probably? I still had a computer. Man, just that summer, was just suffocating. There was so much dumb shit happening over, everyone hated each other for no reason.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was the Discord wars.
Yeah, Discord wars, so everyone refers to it as. So dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid.
Just
a lot of hatred going around.
Yeah, for no reason. Some of it was dumb, some of it was completely
hormones.
called for, and it was just all mashed together. So, and that was over the summer, so it was our friend group, so we never saw each other face to face. But then I went back to school, and so all this drama is just gone. It's just because we're all seeing each other and just realizing how dumb this is.
Was that freshman year?
Freshman year, yes.
Yeah.
And that friend, BS,
Yeah.
It wasn't like she wasn't my best friend, but it was like a breath of fresh air.
Right. Yeah.
It was so nice to meet somebody
Right.
who wasn't suffocating the life out of me every day online.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you mean. I think I had a friend like that in freshman year. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Do you ever I love meeting new people. I love making new friends.
Yeah, I've just recently started making friends with the J-Man in 7th hour, and it's pretty nice. I'm learning more about him than I ever knew, because he usually sits in the back of the room.
We'll cut it out. Who's the J-Man?
He's got kind of a juvenile sense of humor. The funniest thing that he thought was hilarious was whenever he told the story about how he shat himself in kindergarten. So, He shat in the corner of the room because the teacher made him mad. But yeah, he's pretty funny. I'm starting to remember how fun it is to goof off. Because I've been working really hard in 7th hour to keep my grades up. Just doing the assignments today, working hard, then just kind of sitting there doing nothing for the rest of the hour. And then having someone to talk to and laugh with is just, it's good.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly the same. Well, except for me and her were like, we didn't really do work.
Well, yeah, there's that too. It's just, I've noticed I'm kind of slacking too.
It's nice because you meet new people.
Yeah.
And these people, because there's something awesome about meeting new people.
But it's because they haven't dug so far into you that they start hating things about you. They're learning new things.
No, yeah, no,
them.
I have a friend in 7th hour this year.
Yeah.
It's so nice to like talk to that person, just because that person takes you for face value and you take them for face value.
Exactly, it's perfect. And it's not,
and it's so nice because the friend I'm talking about is the one after the year of suffocation.
right.
It's just like every morning it would like just excitement to see each other and like talk to each other.
Yeah.
And like literally it's nice. It's nice to talk to the person who acts like you and shit.
Had a really fun time. Where did we go? Was it for like your birthday or somewhere?
When, last year?
I don't remember. When was the time we went somewhere for your birthday?
Like the movies?
Maybe?
That was like the first year I had my birthday with all of you guys.
We went to the movies and then we stayed the night, didn't we?
Yes.
And you were in that room still.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was fun.
And
Redacted. Redacted.
And then M-Man slept in the closet.
And that kid slept in my closet. Still give him shit about it today.
Closet boy.
It's weird because he sat on my bus, and that's the only reason I invited him.
He's still pretty cool.
He's nice, cooler than me. He's got a mustache.
He's integrated into band kid culture though.
Yeah.
So I mean, the E-Man and his gang don't respect him.
Yeah, but that's probably the happiest I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. New friends, and that person in my 7th hour brought everyone fucking cheesecake this last Thursday.
Neat.
No, it's excellent, dude. It's just because they're so nice. Man, I think meeting new friends is just awesome.
I'm gonna go seek new friends again.
You really should. You really shouldn't force it.
And with the E-gang.
Right.
I like their approach. And they're all new friends, and they're all kind of accepting me into it. And it's great. They're not really judging me. They're kind of teasing me, you know how everyone does. But they're like, they could call me Band Kid. That's my nickname. Because I'm in the band.
You could be Minecraft Kid.
Minecraft Kid. Yeah, thanks, CC, bro.
Thank you, CC. We're going to refer to everybody by their initials.
They'll never know.
Hey, we might not even be going by their initials. We got a chart here on the wall with a bunch of code words.
Code words. Those are the names.
Redacted.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
I meant to say E. Oh, well, now everybody knows.
Oh, cut it out, stupid.
Yeah. No. The thing about making new friends is that you can't... Because the way you make new friends is you don't force yourself on them. Mm-hmm. And I think...
Yeah, it was really just kind of smooth how I worked my way in there.
Yeah, no, school is perfect for that, because you're forced in these rooms all day. And if you just act like yourself, you'll weed out the people who don't like you. That could be everybody. Some people...
Basically.
We had a bit of a conundrum.
Went on a tangent for 10 whole minutes.
Yeah, we're 15 minutes over now.
Yeah. We went on a tangent for about 10 minutes. Sorry about that.
So,
anyway.
That's that. Let's get that lo-fi music kind of kick up. Yeah, and then our voices fade out.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Midnight Podcast.
God, I wish I was